Good morning, class. Standard 9 and 10 History chapter. Revisions. First phase of the Indian national movement. First phase of Indian national movement. The period from 1885 to 1905 was dominated by a group of people drawn from the educated middle class called the early nationalists. The early nationalists asked for constitutional and other reforms within the framework of the British rule because they had faith in the British sense of justice and fair play. The important early nationalist leaders included W.C. Banerjee, Rash Bihari Ghosh, Surendranath Banerjee, R.C. Dutt, Dadabhai Naoroji, Gopal Krishna Gokhale, Subramania Iyer, and Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya. The demands of the early nationalists. The early nationalists wanted to win freedom for the country through the gradual process, as they believed that India should gradually move towards democratic self-government. They demanded reduction in land revenue, protection of peasants, development of banking and industrial growth through trade protection. In the administrative sphere, they demanded Indianizations of services through simultaneous ICS, Indian Civil Service, examination in India and England, complete separation of the executive and the judiciary, and wider employment of Indians in higher grades. They demanded their civil rights and demanded freedom of speech, press and associations. A method of the early nationalists. They relied on constitutional and peaceful methods and avoided violence and confrontations. They made use of three P's, triple P, normally called triple P, that is petitions, prayers and protest, to achieve their objectives. Now I will talk about achievements of the nationalists, early nationalists. They aroused the feelings of one nation. They trained Indians in the art of political work. They exposed the true nature of the British rule in India. They pressurized the British government to introduce certain reforms like the appointment of a Public Service Commission, 1886, holding of ICS, Indian Civil Service examination simultaneously in England and India, and appointment of the Welby Commission of Indian Expenditure. A British attitude toward the early nationalists. In the beginning, the British government looked upon the early nationalists with favor. Gradually, as the influence of the Congress increased, the British officials began to criticize the Congress and become indifferent to their demands. They condemned its leaders as disloyal Babas. In 1890, the government employees were forbidden from participating in the Congress deliberations or attending its meetings. Now we'll talk about prominent early nationalist leaders. Dadabhai Naoroji was popularly known as the Grand Old Man of India. He was looked upon as India's unofficial ambassador to England during his stay in England from 1855 to 1869 because he made England the center of his political activities and spread no efforts to educating British public on Indian affairs. He was associated with the Indian National Congress right from the beginning. He was thrice elected as the President of the Congress in 1886, 1893 and 1906. He was the first Indian to become a member of the House of Commons. He was the first person to make demand for Swaraj from the Congress platforms at its Kolkata session in 1906. In 1865, he founded the London India Society in collaboration with W.G. Banerjee. He exposed the exploitative nature of the British rule in India by drawing the attention of the Indians towards the drain of wealth from India to Great Britain and resulting poverty of the Indians. He presented his drain theory in his book Poverty and Un-British Rule in India. Now Gopal Krishna Gokhale was a great patriot, social reformer and an educationist. In 1905, he founded the Servants of India Society and went to England and South Africa to further the cause of India's struggle for freedom. He regarded as a political guru of Mahatma Gandhi. Gokhale persuaded Gandhiji to return to India and join Indian public life. Now I will talk about Surendranath Banerjee. Was a nationalist leader, popular journalist and dedicated educationist. He was the first Indian to qualify for the Indian Civil Service examinations. He was elected to Bengal Legislative Council 4 times. To fight against the wrong politics of the British, he founded the Indian Association in 1876. He convened the Indian National Conference in 1883. Its aims were to educate people, to create national conference, strong public opinion in the country, and to arouse political consciousness and unity. He advocated constitutional methods to achieve the goal of self-government for India. He favored the use of opposition where necessary and cooperation where possible. He opposed the Arms Act, the Vernacular Press Act, the lowering of age for appearing in the ICS examination from 21 to 19 years, the Morley-Minto reforms and the partition of Bengal. So this is the 3 leaders you have to learn for your examinations. Surendranath Banerjee, Dadabhai Naoroji and Gopal Krishna Gokhale. 3 leaders, their contributions and their associations. Good morning class. Stay safe, stay home.